Hello, friends. How are you? It is Monday, February 19th. It is also Daytona 500 day because it was a rain out yesterday. So I figured I would do a little bit of a Quilty update since I haven't seen you all in a while. Lots to share, lots to share. If you remember when I did my Quilty update in January, I made the list. Well, after my last Quilty update on January 22nd, I updated. Now, on my whip list, now so far the completed whips were the chicken salad and the Jolly Bar 4. I am keeping up to date on my designer mystery 2023. So I will show you. I did blocks 8 and 9 since I last saw you. So here is block 8. And here is block 9. I really like this one. This is one of my favorites. So really excited about that. I will have to finish them on my own. I did not buy the finishing kit. I'm half debating by seeing if there's still a finishing kit available for 2024. Because we only have 3 months and I did sign up. Otherwise, I will just throw some sashing and do it like that. Maybe put a little bit of sash in between each one, or I might just sew them all together. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Otherwise, I'll pull a Lori Holt book, or I will check out Pat Sloan to see if she's got any settings I like that are free. Not planning on spending any money on this one. So, oh, I didn't tell you who I was. Hi, I'm Kiara. I am a New Yorker who now lives in Northwest Arkansas. We love living here. So I'm a quilter. I cross stitch. I do all sorts of crafts, sublimation. I sell things on eBay, all sorts of things. I work part-time in the elementary school. So that's me. I have 3 kids and a husband, and my kids range from 10 to 23, almost 23. So I am keeping up on my designer mystery. I did cut one of my Krabby blocks, but I didn't label it as I was going, so it's really confusing. I do have for designer mystery 2021, I was missing block 9. I don't know where I have enough extra fabric, I think, but I emailed the Fat Quarter Shop. They sent me block 9, the block 9 pattern. So I have that. But before I do block 9, I have to do 10, 11, and 12, and then work through my scraps to get that one done. Another one I don't have a layout for, so I will figure that one out as I go. And it's funny because in 2021, I was a very new quilter, and so my stuff is very different from then to now. So, excuse me, my goal before the next time I come back is to have Designer Mystery 2021, the blocks all made. So I do have block 10 already cut out and block 11 is starched. So I'm working on that. So what else have I done since I saw you left? So those are like works in progress. I do have 2 finishes I have a lot of girlfriends having their first grandchild. So I want to have some stuff to give. Do you guys feel this is too dark? I wonder if I should turn the other light on. I think it's okay. So I had gone on vacation at the beginning of February, but before I left, back on I don't know if I showed this or not. I don't think so. Don't think so. I just saw this. January. This is a quilt called, what is this? Oh, it's called So Quilt. So cute. So cute baby quilt top. I did it on January 27th. It's a Villa Rosa pattern, and this was on my 2024 quilt projects to start. Tentative. So I have a bunch of girlfriends having their first grandchild, so I wanted to have a couple things. I have another one coming, but I have this one. I love this. I love how it came out. I spent a Friday night watching, I watch what's called LawTube, and I got into this during the Johnny Depp trial. I watched the Murdaugh trial with it. I watched the Take Care of Maya. One of my favorites is Rob of Law and Lumber, so I watched him, and I got this done. Another day, I watched something with Murdaugh, and I got some work done doing something else with Emily D. Baker. So, besides watching FlossTube in my sewing room, I watch LawTube. Makes me feel a little bit intelligent at times. And many moons ago, I did work in a law firm. So, I worked in a law firm, and then I worked for a lawyer in a direct mail company. But it was funny. So I finished this. The other thing I finished is, you had heard me talking about the Perfect 10 sampler quilt. This is the Perfect 10. The Fat Quarter Shop put out a layout of a sampler quilt using a block from every quilt in this book. There were actually 2 quilts in this book that I might make again. And yesterday, I finished this. Mine's not exactly like the layout the Fat Quarter Shop did because I put two things in, one thing facing a different way and one thing in a different position. And I wasn't ripping it out. So, and what I will do is I will put full pictures of the 2 quilts I finished at the end. So this one, it's done. It's very exciting. I'm very happy it's done. But I will put 2 pictures. And I have this one or another one I had finished last month, the Jolly Bar 4. I have to put a border on it, but I may make that. I promised somebody a charity quilt, and either this one, with this quilt is like ginormous, or the Jolly Bar 4 sampler quilt will go as one of those charity quilts, because I'm not a fan of white backgrounds. So there is that. So these are done. So yay, I finished something. So now I have like 4 quilts this year that I have finished that just need to be quilted, because I finished my chicken salad and the Jolly Bar 4. Excuse me, let me just get something to drink. So there is that. So awesome. So what else have I been doing? So this is my book. In cross stitch we have this thing called the Book of Days. I didn't like that format because when you're quilting and stuff, it doesn't work great. So I bought this planner. I paid $6 for it on Amazon. If I was going to do it again, I think I might get a slightly larger one. But this one's cool because if I wanted to bring it somewhere, it can thing. So here's January. I put when I work, when school was closed because of snow. And then on the weekly pages, I just write what I'm doing. And then on some pages, I put stickers. So I told you about, oh, and the other thing I did is I long-armed my heart quilt, except we went away to Disney and I got back and I felt awful. So I didn't get the binding put on it or the hangers. So here I have the little pockets to put in case I want to hang it. And I made the binding this morning. So my goal this week is to get the binding on that. So, because I didn't get to put it up, but I want it done. I want it fully finished. That's my other thing this year, is in whatever craft I'm doing, I want some things fully finished. So, I told you about doing the designer mystery. That's all in my Perfect 10. I really, really buckled down and I worked on the Perfect 10 because Pat Sloan's ambassadors were hosting a thing. So it gave me, motivation to do it. So then I went away for a week and then I came back and I was super sick and I had to work and I was finally feeling a bit better last week. So I started cutting things out. I cut out my Designer Mystery 9. I did a little bit of things. So on Friday, I started working on my perfect sampler. And then on Saturday that just passed, I did everything but the last column of that. And then I finished it yesterday. So yay, go me. So for this week, what I'm going to do, I wrote, so here's my book. And there's goals of what you wanted to work on during the week. So I usually put my quilting goals there, but I really should put my cross stitch whip go goals because I'm behind on those. But I'm going to bind the heart quilt. Then I'm going to do Designer Mystery 2021 blocks 10 and 11. I'm probably going to do 10 today. And then I did start something else yesterday. It's one of these things I've had around for a while, and it was on my 2024 projects to start, and it's not super big, but it's a nice size. It's supposed to be, I guess, a wall hanging, but I don't know if I'm going to use it as a wall hanging or display because it's 40 by 50, 40 by 55, so it's fairly long, so I don't know if I'm going to hang it, but one of my things is I want to get a couple quilt ladders for the house. So it will be good for that. It's called the Sidebar Quilt, and this is a patriotic quilt. I probably showed you this. It's a flag. So my goal for the week is I have to make a square and a squares. So I made one this morning, a test one. I have to do 2 more of this one, and then 4 of this one. And then after that, this should go together really quickly. But this was on my 2024 quilt projects to start. So I have a bunch of panel quilts, so I really want to knock them out before I start some of the more complicated things. But that leads me to, oh, and here, it's called the Sidebar. So I'm working on this right here. And then so this is a panel, and then we're just adding borders. So it's really, I probably can knock this out next weekend. So hopefully. So that's what I'm working on. So making progress on my stuff. So I'm going to try to finish this for the most part, at least 2 blocks. And then I really want to start on my holiday hoopla, which is, those are the blocks right there. I only need to finish 3 more blocks and then figure out the setting. I do have the setting. I'm not sure I like the setting or if I have enough fabric to do the setting. Let's see. Do I have the setting here to show you? Not right here. I'll probably have to print it out again. So trying to get things in a way done, but we shall see. Okay. So I had talked to you all about Wendy Shepherd's Christmas All Year Long, but I was so sick when I got back. I couldn't get another video, so I figured I would just plop it in here. So Wendy Shepherd's, what did I do? I'm very scattery. Oh, here it is. So this is Wendy Shepherd's Christmas All Year. There's this book, Christmas Quilting. I will link Wendy Shepherd's blog below, but she has this great book. And there are so many adorable things in here. But then, I don't know if you've noticed, I really like samplers. So she came up with this. And if you go to Wendy Shepherd's blog, you can get the fabric requirements. And then she has, this is called Christmas All Year Round Quilt Along Details. It's very low maintenance quilt along. So she's got assignments February through October. The goal is to get this done by October so we can assemble it and get it done for Christmas. Very low key. So her assignment for February, and she posts an update on the 15th. I had really wanted to get these done by the 15th, but I felt so awful. So my goal is probably to get this section done by March 15th. It doesn't look super, and I do have to get some brown, but we're doing for February, we're doing 3 wreath blocks. So, wrong quilt. Oh no, kind of right quilt, but okay. So, in her quilt, she has this joy quilt, okay? So you can see this right here, okay? So, and then she has here, she has this wreath quilt, okay? So what she did in her sampler is this joy, but she put the wreath as the O. Super cute. So the assignment for February is to make I don't want to give you, because you do need the book to do this quilt along, is to do 3 wreaths. So I was thinking of using some basic gray and some other things, and then I said I have a bunch of like smaller smaller fabric bundles, and I think I'm going to embrace totally scrappy because I don't have enough background of anything. So I will show you. I have been putting all my scraps in this bucket. This is probably not the bucket it's going to stay in, but here are some low volumes from other projects. And I think I have 1.5 yards of a grunge. And then what I did is, this is a bunch of Christmas fabric from other projects I've already used. And then, I don't know about you, but I love the Sew Sampler and the specialty boxes, but I never make the patterns. So these came from two of the specialty Jolly boxes. I've never made the stuff. One of the ones I'm never going to make it. So I took these and I threw them in my box. They're fat quarters. Then this is, for a while I was part of the Holiday Club. And this is a July 2021 Christmas Adventure. This features Christmas Adventure. It's kind of the same thing. So I am going to just use what I have. And then I have this Mistletoe Bella Solids. And then I have a couple basic gray fat eighths that I might throw in here. But I'm going to embrace the scrappy, okay, and use what I have. So my goal is to make the wreath blocks in the next week or so. I have to see, because on my list, so that's this. I will post a link to Wendy Shepherd's blog. Pat Sloan is doing this too, and she will be posting about it, and she did a video with what's going on. So I am starting this. So if you want to join, or if you just want to sew Christmas, join Sew Christmas. That way we're not all like crazy. So there is that. Then, other things I have planned. So I told you about my weekly plans of finishing Designer Mystery 2021, the Christmas All Year, the Square and the Squares, and Bind the Heart Quilt. So, there is that. My other things going forward that I want to work on at some point, and I do believe that there are sewing alongs for a couple of these coming up. Like on this list for 2024 of Quilting, I have Stronger Together 2024. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to just actually cross that one off. I didn't start it with everybody. I'm taking that off. And then I have Layer Cake Shake. I'm probably not going to do that either. So I'm going to cross that one off. Because I have done every year of Pat Sloan's March Block a Day. And this year she is doing this Toffee Bars quilt. And it's on point. And the basic blocks I might just use from my stash. Okay, I don't understand the pattern. That's part of the problem. And I think it's me. I don't think it's the pattern. I think it's me. I honestly think I need to sit down and read this. I mean, because It doesn't look super hard. But I think I'm missing something somewhere. So I have to read through it and figure it out. But let me show you the pattern. This is a free pattern, so if you want to join on this, here it is. It's called the Toffee Bars. This was in one of her old books, and her book is out of print now. So she released this. You can go to Pat Sloan I Love to Make Quilts. And it's a nice size quilt. And I will be honest, not one of my March tops has ever been finished. Maybe I should finish one for this year. So this is it. I like the layout. Let's see. Let me see if I can show you here. And I can show you this because it's free on her website. And this is only giving you the measurements on the borders. See, so this is it. So I have to figure it out. So I have to figure it out because it has a block. It has an A block, block A, and then it has block B. So I understand what the block A is, but the block B, there's a B1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's confusing me, so I have to figure that out. So yeah. And I think I just realized what the difference is in the different blocks, so I have to figure it out. And I have to figure out fabric for this. I don't know if I'm just going to use my stash, which maybe I'll just buy fabric for back here and then a border. I don't know. I'm very confused. But I don't think it really takes that much fabric, so I may just buy fabric for this one. I haven't bought new fabric in a really long time. So there's that. And then just future things that are out there on my radar besides working my way through these. I still have Millie's dresses. I have the Halloween Whimsy, which is going to be one of my next ones. What I'm really going to try to do before June is I would like to get my Patriotic Sidebar, my Halloween Whimsy, For the Love of Nature, and Red, White, and Bang. And then most of this other stuff is stuff I can sneak in, and I won't feel so guilty starting other things. But I am going to update to start because I want to put the Toffee Bars, and then there was a book called Celebrate. Does it say what book this is? Oh, Celebrate with Quilts. It's by Lisa Alexander and Susan Aki. This is a fat quarter sew along that's going to be coming. So I want to start that, and everything is from the book. And this Mama Gem is a big one. It's 72.5 by 91 1/4. So I really want to start this. The only thing I might not do is there's a border around here that's all half square triangles, and I may just say, let's put a border and not do half square. Then the other thing I want to do is this is a free pattern from Pat Sloan. This is actually, wait, before I tell you this. Yeah, this is the free Oh My Stars. I did also purchase her upsize version of bigger ones, but this one measures 41 by 50, and you can make it bigger by just adding borders. So I think I have 3 friends having grandbabies, so I might make one grandbaby something out of this if I don't find another panel. And this only uses 5-inch squares, so I may do that. So that is what's going on. And if you got through all that, that was a lot of rambling by me. So I'm going to update my lists of what I want to start, what I'm going to work on. I think I'm going to sit here and draw the lines on my designer mystery. And I think I'm going to pick out the fabric for my first part of my wreath blocks. I got to figure out what I need for that. So I think I'm going to go sew a little bit. The Daytona 500's on later, so I will cross stitch during that. But thanks for spending time with me. It's been so great to see you. Are you going to join me with any of these quilt alongs? I hope you do. I will link everybody below. You know what? Tell me where you're from and how you found me. I would love to know. I'm at about 435 subscribers. I would love to get to 500. I love making videos. It makes me feel like I have friends. I do have friends, but I like friends with like interests. And it's awesome. So have a great day. I will see you in a couple weeks probably. Bye-bye.